yeah, 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 yeah. Hello, hello. Okay, hi, it's Gina Brogan. Okay, let me sort out my hair so I don't hate the way it looks. Okay. Stop doing this. Everybody's doing it. So many people are doing it, and you're cutting off your divine, feminine, goddess energy when you are trying to control anything. You're trying to control the outcome of a thing that you want, a relationship that you want, a situation, a manifestation, another person. If you notice yourself really hanging on to some specific outcome, okay, that's one thing. Trying to control other people's perception of you. If you're trying to control what people think of you by performing and looking like I am the perfect mom, I am the perfect coach, I am the perfect woman, I'm telling you, you are cutting off your absolute divine, feminine, goddess, receiving energy. Divine feminine goddess energy is receiving energy. If you are pushing and you are giving and you are performing and you're overperforming because you're trying to prove to the world, look at how good I am. Look at me doing all these perfect things that perfect moms do, or perfect things, looking a perfect way that perfect women look. Look at me, look at me, look at me, and see, I hope you see the perfect me, not the real me. I'm telling you, that will cut you off so fast. Do this one thing by listening to your heart. What do I actually want to be doing from day to day? If you watch my Instagram stories, which you probably should, you'll see how I live my life. You'll see a little bit behind the scenes of like, this is Gina Brogan's life. Like, there's a lot of sitting around. There's a lot of meditation. There's a lot of fun times. There's a lot of this shenanigans. Okay, look. Oh, you can't see with the tripod thing. Hi there. Oh, anyway, whoozy doozies. You can't see that. My friendly dog that I am babysitting, Loki, he doesn't give two hoots about what people think of him. He just is like, where's my treat? Where's my toy? Where's my love? That's it, okay? If you can just start to think of life as like, how can I feel better about my life in this moment? What do I actually really want from my life? Who do I actually really want to be, not who I am being? There's a big, big difference between who you want to be and who you are being. And when you say, well, actually, I want to be somebody who feels free. I want the freedom, this would be mine. I want the freedom to travel about the world and share my energy, share my heart, share my message, share my story, share my voice, share my tips and strategies and ways that I've created and designed and creative and stepped into, magically waltzed into my fabulous life. I can tell you what I stopped doing. I stopped worrying about what my ex-husband was going to think about me as a mother. I stopped worrying about what the world was going to think about me as a mother. I stopped worrying about what, the community was going to think about me as a person who quits their job and moves away and does things differently. I had to stop thinking about that stuff. I stopped thinking about, well, what will my clients think if I show up and say these things? I don't think about those things. I think about what's in here, what's coming through, what is coming through. What is coming through for me to do, be, share, speak about, write about today. And in doing that, in me saying, I'm not going to manage other people's perceptions about me, I'm not going to manage other people's lives. This is a codependent response, managing what other people think about you and managing their lives. So as a mother of a child who has really, really struggled in a lot of ways, I had to learn about codependence. And I am so proud of myself, you guys. I'm so proud of myself. And if you're doing this as a partner, as a mother, as a friend, even as a coach, if you're doing this thing that called mothering other people through like, hey, I know what's right for you. You should be doing things this way. Anytime you hear the words you should coming out of your mouth, I'm going to tell you that you might be shoulding on people that don't want your shoulds. Does it make sense? Okay. So the thing that I want you to stop doing, I'm not going to say you should, the thing that I stopped doing is I stopped trying to manage other people's expectations of me or perceptions of me, and instead listened to my higher self, listened to my next level self. How did I do that? I'm like, well, what would I be doing? What would I actually be doing in my next level life? And here's the thing, you guys, this is exactly what I would be doing. I am doing it. And I had to set aside anybody else's idea of what a perfect person does. How does a perfect person behave? Because I'm going to tell you, the way that the society says a perfect person should behave, what success is, does not look like my idea of success. Actually, this looks like my idea of a success, where I have beautiful places in the world where I travel to, I live, I spend time in with amazing human beings who lift me up, love me, support me, vibe with me, celebrate me for who I am. I wanted to be celebrated for exactly who I am, not for the persona of who I think I should be and who I think that they think I should be, because that gets exhausting, and that is the thing that is going to cut you off from source. That is the thing that is going to deplete all of your energy, all of your creativity, all of your divine magic, is trying to tap dance for the world. Now, so I designed, I was like, well, how would I actually want my life to live? And I had some big visions, I had little visions, I had symbolic scenes, or like, oh, I see myself. This was a long time ago. I was like, I see myself drinking coffee, looking over this lake, this particular lake, and doing my work. Okay, now I happen to be overlooking, like, I'll show you. Not a lake, but this is part of the design. This is part of the design of my next level home that I'm actually manifesting. So the west facing side of that home actually looks a lot like this, except for they're not even French doors, it's full glass. And then there's the deck, and then there's the pool and the hot tub, which are out there. I don't know if you can see that. And beyond that is the ocean. So that's what I'm manifesting right now. I'm calling that into my life. And I'm living as though, okay, well, that order has been placed, and now I go about my business. What I don't do is perform in the way that I think that people want me to perform. And in letting go of any expectation or any ideas of what will they think, and whoever they is, whoever your they is, I want you to get really clear. Do you want a journal exercise right now? Do you want a journaling exercise? I'm going to ask you to journal this out right now for yourself. Who am I performing for? How am I holding myself back, dimming my light, turning down my sparkle and my greatness to keep somebody else thinking I'm the perfect person or I'm fitting their idea? And I know, give me a love heart shower right now if you already know who that is. Because you do. If you're willing to admit it, you know who it is. And then say your next thing is, so who am I performing for? That's a quick question you can ask yourself. Okay, next question. In what ways am I holding myself back? Like, what am I doing that I actually wouldn't want to be doing? Am I staying in a job? I used to stay in a job that I hated until I was like, oh, I don't want to do this job anymore. Oh, but who quits a job? Who quits a job with a really good salary and amazing health benefits and a dedicated parking spot in LA? Who does that? Oh, and it's within 5 minutes from home. There's literally almost zero commute. Who quits that kind of job? Oh, I'm sorry, but this girl did, because that job was draining my soul. It was draining my soul. But my higher self kept calling me up. My higher self just kept saying, This is the life you're living. This is your life you're living. I kept seeing that symbolic scene. I'm sitting there drinking my coffee, overlooking the lake. And guess what? Now I live at that lake part-time. I live at that lake part-time. Oh, I also live in Mexico part-time. Oh, I also live in LA part-time. And there's nothing I've had to actually sacrifice when I go from this is the life I actually want to be living, and I call it in. And then what I do, well, I start looking at, oh, who in my mind is keeping me away from that? Here's another little trick you can do. You can ask that person, you can go into a higher self to higher self conversation with that person and say, hey person, I really am excited because I've made a decision, all caps, a decision in all caps to live this life. And this life is very different from the life I'm living now. I'm quitting my job and I'm moving to somewhere else. I may or may not have had that conversation, not just from higher self to higher self to somebody years ago when I did this. It was just 2 years, 3 years ago. Maybe it was 4, I don't know. Yeah, it was 4 years ago, actually. Oh my God, it was 4 years ago I had this conversation. I was so afraid, so afraid, so afraid. So anyway, hey, I'm planning to leave my job, and I am moving away from here. And in my higher self conversation, you could do this in a letter form, or you can have an imagination. Oh my God, I'm so happy for you. I actually want to move there too. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. I wish you all the very biggest blessings. I think that that's amazing for you. I think that's amazing for the children. I think that's amazing for your family. I think that's amazing for the world, for you to be living the life that in following your heart exactly the way you want to. Congratulations. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Oh, you're welcome. I know you're going to do amazing things in the world. Oh my God, do you love my hand puppets? I kind of do. I just made these up. Have that higher self to higher self conversation and then let it be true. Let it be true. Oh my gosh, Carlene, while you're here, do you want to join me tomorrow here in the sunshiny pool and let's do our thing? Side note. Okay, have that conversation. Write that letter. Write that letter from that person. Put it in writing and sign the petition. Oh my God, you guys are getting some good stuff here. Sign the petition from all of your higher selves, all of the people who you want to sign this position and be behind this decision and this you claiming this life for yourself. Do this, you guys. And then, so here's a petition signing thing. I learned this from Amanda Francis, and I love it, and I teach it. This is just one of the many, many things I'm teaching in Next Level University, which is open for enrollment right now. Get in there if you want to get more of this magic and feel this magic in your life. Take over and completely change the physical reality of your life by living in the quantum here with me. So this petition things, you write out the way that your life gets to be. You write it out like in great detail or in more formless sort of energetic, vibey energy, right? This is what I'm doing, create a symbolic scene. For me, it was drinking coffee overlooking that lake. Now my symbolic scene is funny, there's coffee always involved. I'm actually journaling at my beautiful white, really expansive kitchen countertop, and it's the big giant island in my beautiful kitchen. It's so beautiful, and I look to the west and I see, just like I showed you a little bit ago, just full on, it's not French doors like in my reality in this very moment, it's a full-on plate glass windows all the way across, and the doors that access the gate, the deck, and the pool, and the hot tub, and the lawn over that, and the view of the ocean are just sliding doors. So there's not a lot of wood there. It's all glass. It's so beautiful, you guys. You have no idea how fabulous this is. This is my symbolic scene. And I just write about it every day. I just write a little piece of my life. I put the patchwork together. That this is how my life is. And so another thing that I'm not going to share much more. You can come into the Next Level University. This is what we do here. And so I'm going to share this piece with you about the petition. So some of the people I love to follow, I have mentors, I have online mentors, I have in real life mentors, I have peer mentors. Carlene, you are one of them. Like people who are in my real life who are magical. And we literally have magical conversations all the time about what we are calling in and what becomes real for us. And so some of my like celebrity type, I guess you could call it, mentors, or more, you know, on a bigger stage, are Wayne Dyer, Louise Hay, Denise Lynn, Joe Dispenza. I love you too. And Greg Braden, Katrina Ruth. Oh, okay. I have a message. That was from my ex-husband. Okay, I have to share with you something that I did with a text I sent to him, and like that's another story, okay? And it's part of the reality of the life that I'm living now that I was not living before. So who are some other people? So in real life, sort of like coaches I've actually hired and work with, like Megan Moore, and Sarah Ann. Oh my God, I'm so obsessed with Sarah Ann, who is in Australia right now. She's an amazing business coach, and she's helping me completely shift my business into the next level. Didn't even know she existed until I did, and then I started working with her, and then my business took off. So that's part of, you know, me manifesting how my business gets to be. I don't know the hows of it. I just know it gets to be that way, and then Spirit brings me the inspiration, the people, the relationships, all of that stuff. So Katrina Ruth, big time. Oh my God, she's such an amazing, amazing coach about all of this quantum stuff. And then there's also Amanda Francis, who's like the most amazing, ridiculous money coach for women to really shift. It's not about this, the how to do of money, it's the energy of money. And I don't know anybody on this planet who teaches it better than Amanda Francis. So these are actual people who are in my life, who are in, like, they are in my energy field. And so by just having these types of people in my energy field all the time, and they signed the petition. Absolutely, we back this up, Gina, we back it up. We want to sign the petition of that your life is this way. We fully approve. Like, how fun is that? That's amazing. So this version of Gina you're getting right now is the fully meditated, yogaed out, been on client calls, ramped up. I'm so excited about this work that I teach and that the lives that I'm changing. I had a client call today. Oh my God. It was just like, what? Oh my God. She is moving her life so quickly to the next level. Like, things have been happening for her that are just absolute magic. One thing, like, she was in a meditation before this job interview, and she's like, normally I would have like scrolled on, what did she say? Normally she would have, pulled some cards for herself or whatever. But she's like, I decided, because, you know, you've been in my ear about meditation, I decided to go into meditation. And it was just a real brief 20-minute meditation. And this block of thought came through to me. Oh, Abraham Hicks, they fully support me. This block of thought came through to mention this thing to the interview person. And I did. And it was like, they gave me an offer letter right off the bat. They didn't even ask for my resume, she was saying, and they sent me an offer immediately. I accepted it, and it's such it's such an up-level job from the job that she's in now. And she's like, I don't even know how this came about. Like, this came about magically. This job didn't exist for her 3 weeks ago. It didn't exist in her realm. It was, do you understand what I'm saying? And it's like she's fully in the river of magic. And I want to invite all y'all into the river of magic. Give me a love heart shower. Give me a comment. Send me a message if you want details on Next Level University. And here's the thing. There's a regular registration. You can do the coursework. I'm in the Facebook group all the time, daily. I'm sharing my journaling with you guys in the group. I'm also answering questions, giving feedback, in bringing more inspiration. So you can do whatever you want. The regular registration, and I only have 4 spots available left for the VIP. And the VIP level registration, that's a whole other level, you guys. That's where we have weekly phone calls and unlimited messenger support. So whatever you're going through, I'm right there with you. You message me, you say, hey, I had this amazing breakthrough, or hey, I'm really having a hard time. What do I do? Hey, blah, blah, blah. And I'm dialed into your energy, girls. I am dialed into you. You know why? Because I take care of my energy, and that is what I teach you to do. Take care of your energy first. Stop worrying about what other people think about you. That's the one thing. That's the one thing you do, right? The one thing you do to tap into your next level divine feminine goddess energy is you stop worrying about what would a good person be doing and ask yourself, what do I want to be doing? What is my next level self doing? That is the question. So I had to stop. So I started to notice, because I was experiencing a lot of like pain for what one of my kids was going through, for a lot of things. And why is it so dark on my phone? Whoops. And I started to learn about codependence, and I started to go to Al-Anon meetings, and I started to understand what was mine and what was everybody else's, and that broke me free. It broke me free to leave the atmosphere of mediocrity and attaching my energy and my being okayness to other people. So if the people I love were not okay, I wasn't okay. And this is a constant practice, mind you. It is not easy, but it will release you. It's like you just cut the balloon. You know, you cut the string and your balloon floats. I used to give this analogy all the time. If you imagine yourself like, say you're in a hot air balloon, right? And you're in the basket and the hot air is going in the balloon, but it's not really going up, right? Why is that? Because it's tied down to the ground. And when you cut those cords to that heavy, heavy energy of those sandbags, and you cut the one sandbag, you start to lift up and you transcend that heavy, heavy energy. You cut another sandbag, which you can think of as an energetic cord, to anybody in your life who is pulling you down, or any circumstance, experience, situation, job, relationship, person, doesn't matter. Anything that is pulling your energy, draining your energy down. And by the way, I have to check the time it is. Can somebody tell me what time it is? Is it 3 yet? Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 2:58 p.m.
Oh my God, my timing is perfect. It's 2:58. I have to hop on a client call right now. Thank you, Carlene. So anyway, imagine you are the hot air balloon. You are transcending any physical pain and three-dimensional pretend reality of whatever drains you and pulls you down, and the perception that you have to look and be perfect, because you're not, and don't ever try to be. You are perfect when you tune into you, and you cut those cords to anything and anybody, any situation, dragging you down, and transcend. And in you lifting up in that hot air balloon, I swear to you, I promise you, you are modeling, you are leading, you are healing other people along the way. You healing you heals the world. Okay, I just dropped so much magic on you guys. Watch the replay. Message me if you want more of this in Next Level University. Like I said, I've got four VIP spots available. And what else? I will put the link in this in the comments here, so you can check it out. It is an investment in your time and your energy and your money, and it will literally lift you to the next level. You will not be disappointed. Thank you so much. I love you. Have a fabulous day, and I got to get on my client call. Bye.